Fantastic. This is great. Hey, let me find out who my audience is here. 20 employees and above, raise your hand. Fantastic. 10. 5. And one-man, two-man shows.
Girl.
Girl? We have a girl?
Not a one-man show.
One girl show. How many women-owned businesses are there here? Holy cow. Huh. Amazing. Well, 1992, I was a one-man show. I want to talk to you about where I started, how I started, and the evolution of where Hans came into my business to take me from working at my house, okay, to where we are now. And I want you guys to relate to it. I want questions. I'm very engaging. So if you guys, if I ask you a question, man, and I'm looking for an answer, spit it out, however, be as loud as you want. Kind of like the Happy Gilmore in golf, okay? There are no rules here. Now, I will tell you, am I too loud? No.
Yeah, speak up.
How's that? All right. If you have a sensitivity meter, I would lower it. I don't want you guys to get caught up on the words, okay? But instead, I just want you to listen to the message. Cool? Deal? All right. Just a quick summary here. 92, I quit Circuit City, started my own business. Break fix, CD-ROMs, motherboards, all that kind of stuff. You guys relate? Now, rented out of my house. Friends, family, it's kind of like selling insurance, you know? Once you sell them, what do? So we started doing cold calling, started cleaning keyboards, stuff like that. Now, I brought on my first employee a couple years later. I had no money, so guess who I hired? My brother-in-law. I have yet to still talk to him since that experience. But hey, $5 an hour. Cash. And we still did break fix and all that good stuff. And we were selling PCs, and I added 6 to 10 employees. I think the first 5 employees I had, I paid cash under the table, you know. I remember an insurance guy called on me and goes, "Hey, I want to know who's doing your workman's comp insurance." I'm like, "Workman's what?" Yeah. But we became fairly successful, okay, in giving people a service and talking to them like they like to be spoken to, and doing what we said we were going to do. In fact, during that time of break fix in Bakersfield, we were the company to go to get stuff done. You know, our number one selling item was the CD and multimedia kit. And you got Encarta. You remember that? The whole package with the sound card, the speakers, and all $1,000 worth of CD stuff. But in 96 to 98, our world got rocked. CompUSA, again? CompUSA? Do they still deal online, or are they gone?
They're online.
They're gone. Gone online? Either way. They put a store. Gateway opened up their little things in that period. Office Depot, Costco. We started getting Walmarts in and all this stuff. Bakersfield's only 300, 400,000 people. So my business went from people walking in the door, answering the yellow page ads, to 0. So now I'm faced with, what do I do? Quit? Stop? Go to work for these guys? Or figure out what they're not doing? Okay? And that's going to tie into what I'm going to be speaking about a little bit later. Now, they bought equipment by the droves. They had millions and millions of dollars. Their purchasing power far exceeded mine. So it was silly for me to go ahead and lower my prices like my competitors did that had their old mom and pop stores all over the place. Right? That was silly because there's no way I could do it. Even if I went to a 5%, 10% markup, I'm still getting beat. And it was still fun to go shop in those stores. I walked in those stores and I got excited. Like, oh, man, this sucks. But this is cool. So, what they didn't do was service their clients. So, we started up service contracts. Okay? And we tied into taking care of whatever all these people in Bakersfield were buying from them, from the installations to the service, being there when they needed us, not having them to drive them in. Whatever it was, we analyzed it and figured out what they weren't doing and we were going to do it. Or what they were doing and what they sucked at and we were going to do it better. Okay? Make sense? So, we had this service contract. It's $100 a month. You got this $100 a month service contract. You paid. You got a 4-hour response time. Okay? Call us whenever you want. And then if we went on site, it was a discounted labor rate of some sort. So those grew to like $5,000, $6,000 a month. You know, we got 50 clients on that. And do you guys, how many people have annuity revenue? Raise your hands. Now, that first of the month, is that not amazing when you do a billing and you already got money on the books and you haven't sold anything? Yes or no? Like really good, huh? Okay, well that's what that was like. I'm like, holy cow. I now have $5,000, $6,000 a month coming in. This is great. And then we're getting the billing and so forth and so on. Well, I had a client ask me to do a flat rate offering at that point. Okay, and he goes, Alex, I like this, he spent $150 a month. I like that, that's cool. But I can't budget nothing. I got 14 machines. What can you do to just give me a price and let me use you whenever I want to use you? And if I don't use you, you still bill me. And I'm sitting in his office, I'm like, I don't know, how about $1,400 a month? He jumps over the table, takes my hand off of my lap, grabs it, shakes it, and says, deal. I'm like, shit. So, I was happy, but I was scared. First thing, I'm like, oh man, I could have got 2,000. Anyway, long story short, it was miserable. Okay? He had MT351, he had Millennium, he had Packard Bells. You guys remember Packard Bells, right? Packard Bells, right? So we had all that going on. First 6 months, I bet we did 60 tickets a month for this guy who would never buy anything. I think we're making 60 cents an hour dealing with them. Okay? But the deal was, I would forget about all of that come first of the month when I billed him $1,400. Because I'd get this money, and it was cool, so I didn't do much. But a technician, we were having a meeting, the technician goes, Alex, what are we going to do, man? This is silly. These servers suck. Let's just give him new servers. Screw it. He's not going to buy new ones. Let's just give him new servers. So guess what I did? We went from 60 to 10 tickets a month. And we started making money. So that was our first little Haas experience. Now, we took that experience as we could afford to do it because we had to buy the servers ourselves. It was a cash issue, right? So we could only do it every once in a while. But when we could do it every once in a while, in 4 years we grew from 5 to almost 60,000 a month in annuity revenues by including that equipment. But our offering was pretty crappy. It was just basically free equipment, and that was it. Kind of like what a lot of these other Haas providers do now, is just give you equipment with nothing else behind it. Kind of an empty suit type thing. But the people that couldn't afford the equipment wouldn't get it. We still grew to 60 grand. Now, in 2007, we met ConnectWise. We met what RMM was. We met remote support. We met all this neat stuff. And we married that with Haas and developed a very value-rich offering. And in just 2 years, 2 salespeople, 60,000 to $250,000 a month in annuities only. Not counting the project work, not counting everything else. Tell me there's not something there in giving people equipment. Tell me. There is, right? Now, here's the deal. This is what I'm going to teach you guys here. Okay? Oh, just so I can get on here. We're a $10 million company. You know, now we got CharTec, and we go out to the channel and all this good stuff. We do $10 million a year in Bakersfield. That's where Buck Owens lived. Merle Haggard. Okay? We do a little oil. We do a little ag. Okay? There's almost 400,000 people there. We do not go outside of Bakersfield. 98% of our clients are in Bakersfield. We do $10 million a year in Bakersfield. And there's 30, 40 other computer companies there. So I want you guys to listen, because you know what? This next part, oh, there's my old office. Right after I got my house, there's our new office. So, what I'm going to teach you here Whether you sign up with CharTec and you want to come play with us for a little bit, it doesn't matter. Just listen to what I'm saying and dig any little piece of it and you will make more money in your own practice. Are we good with that? Okay. Let's talk about this. Who's my competition? Who are we competing against? It's different now than it was a while ago. Local businesses, right? The guys that are in the yellow pages, whatever, across the street, down the road, so forth and so on. But now, outside your city, you can start to lose clients coming in from 100 miles away, 200 miles away. Would you guys agree? Yes or no? National. They don't even need to be in your state. So now, look around. These are your competitors, guys. Everybody can compete with everybody at a level because the tools are there. Who has lost a managed service deal to somebody in Canada or somebody outside the States? Raise your hand. Yeah? Yeah? I have. Because you know what? It's easy. It's monitoring. What is it? It's help desk. It's this. It's that. What about this? Do you know that Domino's, you're competing against Domino's? They're doing managed services now. They're getting out of the pizza business and doing managed services. Who knew that? Aries was going to release this later. I'm sorry, first bubble. Yeah? No. 30 minutes or less. Right? Remember that saying? Yes? Google. You do a search. 10 people come up, right? You click on number 1. How many people give it more than 10 seconds before you go to number 2 if it doesn't come up? Someone raise your hand. You do? How long do you wait?
2 seconds.
How many? 15? Okay. So what am I saying? You're competing against instant gratification. Everybody wants things now. I don't care if you talk to the CEO and you sold him managed services and you told him what all your SLAs are. Okay? And you guys, when your server's down on your clients, you know when it's down, you drop what you're doing and you get them up. Agree or disagree? But is that same mentality taken care of when their mouse doesn't work on the receptionist desk? Or they can't get on Facebook? Or whatever? It's not there, is it? But yet they're the first ones to come back and tell you how crappy you're doing because of your lack of response. They didn't hear what the SLAs were. So you got to figure out how you're going to do how your offering is going to satisfy that instant gratification. Let's talk about training. Do you guys budget money for training every month, like your power bill, like your rent? Raise your hand if you do. Okay, 1% of the crowd. And then how are you going to train them? How are you going to train them to where you know what you're doing is making a difference in what they're going to be doing for you? Not just coming to a show every once in a while, which the shows are great, not taking anything away from it. But let's dive down deep into training. How are you going to do that? Why would you train them? Why would you, better yet, why would you not train them? Okay? Tell me this. What's the number one reason you do not want to spend money on your employees and teach them how to do everything? Somebody, you guys got to speak up louder. Come on, what? You don't go to where? Your competition or start their own? You know, 90% of the companies in my city work for me. That's right, huh? You don't want to spend money on them. They're going to leave. Let me ask you this. What if we don't spend money on them and we don't train them and they stay? What's worse? You know why people leave? They leave because they don't know anything and they don't want to be made stupid in front of everybody else. So they leave. Think about that. So now, you're going to spend money on marketing. How many people have Robin Robinson? Few people? Okay. How many people spend some sort of money on marketing? You're spending money on leads, marketing, mailing, SEO, whatever it is. They're coming in, and you're going to have some untrained, pathetic employee talk to them. that doesn't know what he's doing. Are you serious? Think about that. Okay? Let's talk about our solutions. What's your stack? Is it just networking? Is it just technology? No. Is it? Do you guys think if you really thought about it that your stack would be this? I mean, it's probably 20, 50 down. Now, does your stack protect you from competitors in the cloud? Are you leaving any back doors for somebody like my company to come in? Oh, you don't do VoIP? Your technology guy doesn't do VoIP? Well, we do VoIP. Yeah, I'll come in and just talk to you about VoIP. Guess what happens when you get somebody like me or somebody like my staff into one of your clients because you're not doing something? How much of it do you think I will take? Even if it's your mom's company. Okay? So doesn't mean you have to do everything, but it means you better have somebody, some company, somewhere else, a relationship that you can call upon, so when they say, hey, do you do VoIP? You say, you know what? I have a solution for you. Let's meet next week. And shut that door. Okay? Make sense? Let's talk about our current challenges that we have. And if I'm wrong, tell me. Hiring qualified employees. Is that a challenge? Yeah. Is that a big challenge? Yeah, unreal. Unemployment goes up, yet nobody wants to work. Delivering services consistently. Keeping your clients happy, right? How about selling and presenting? When you get done with a client and you presented your solution, do you feel good? Or do you get this type of response? Well, yeah, it sounds good. Just leave the information here and I'll call you back next week. Or let me go over it. Do you have any literature? Whatever. That's Spanish for get the hell out of my office. Okay? Marketing. Who's got it figured out? For the record, nobody raised their hand. Operations. Processes. How many people got their processes documented? Good. How many people think they could do it better? Collections. How many people have a business where nobody owes them money? Good man. This has just started. Standardization. Guys, standardize. Anybody fly Southwest Airlines? Ever? What's their claim to fame? Say it loud. They do. But 737s? They all have the same plane. That means they have the same, and I don't know what plane parts are, so they have the same alternators. They have the same windshield wipers, the same DVD player, whatever it is, same toilet, whatever it is, and they know how to fix it. All their technicians know how to do that. These planes do not have 5 different types of spam solutions. They have reflection. That's it. That's all they have on their plane. They do not have 5 different types of AVs. What's the best antivirus out there? What is it? Okay. What's yours? Everybody's going to have a different one, right? So, when you bring on clients, you make sure you use the one you want to use. Who cares if they just bought more? I don't know why they would, but let's just say they do. Okay. It's gone. Vendor relations. How many people love the vendors in our industry? Now, there's some good ones, don't get me wrong. But in general, do you have the type of relationship where everything is good until you didn't pay a $5 invoice and you wonder why your server didn't ship? Yeah, I said, well, that sucks. Of course, you didn't find out till your guy was on site waiting for it to get there, so they didn't call you. Right? Think about your vendor relations. Are they vendors or are they partners? Okay? How about this? You don't know what you don't know. You guys know these? You guys have any money on the table? Got an issue? Salesperson comes back and says, hey, I got this deal. Oh, great. You're all happy. You go install your server. You got this $4,000 project. And things are happy. Da, 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 da. You get over there, there's another company and putting in a $50,000 phone system. Been there myself. How's your cash flow? Everybody got lots of money? All right. So, what do you guys think of this real quick? How are you better than your competitors? Somebody.
Personal service.
Personal service. Okay. You're better. We all agree we're all competitors, right? To a point. If you're all in the same city, would we all compete? This guy says he gives more personal service than all of you. Do you agree or disagree?
He's a liar.
He's a liar, isn't he? Somebody give me a real reason.
24/7 help desk.
24/7 help desk.
Relationship, just a relationship.
This guy gets better relationships than everybody here. You guys don't give a shit about your employees and your customers. But he does. Look at this. I've surveyed 500 to 1,000 people I've asked. Response time is number one. My people are smart. They do everything. It's the people that makes a difference. Would you ever go speak to somebody for a client and say, oh yeah, you know what, our people are a bunch of dipshits. So what I'm saying is, and you may well be a better relationship guy. You may give better personal service. But when you're competing, and there's 3 other people there, they're saying the same thing. And in your heart, you know you're better. But you're just jumped in the same hole as your competitors because they're saying all the same stuff. You understand that? So you need to think about what you're going to say, because you'll get one chance. My prices, whatever. My knowledge, my offering, your offering, whatever. I'll teach you about your offering here in a minute and tell you how crappy it is. Oh, we don't do deep speak yet. We talk about whatever. You get that, guys? Figure out why you're better. Figure out who your competitors are, and you better know why you're better than each and every different type of competitor. So you have lots of different things for this competitor, lots of different things for this competitor, this competitor, this competitor. So, look at this. Managed services, right? You guys familiar with this little silly, cheesy offering? Network monitoring, automated patch management, disk cleanups, restart of services, whatever. That is about as common as if you were to go buy a car, how would you feel if the guy selling you the car said, hey, we got seatbelts in this car. Really? Oh, what did you do? That's what that is. Yeah, you need it, but that's standard. Quit selling off of this, because that's nothing. Okay? Let's talk about flat rate. You guys say, oh, I'm going to do one price for you, and you just pay this one model. Is it really flat rate? Do you include the parts of other equipment, older equipment? Do you go on site and not charge them? Do you do their phones? Right? What about if they call after hours? Is that included? So you're really not flat rate. Why wouldn't you offer parts? Can we agree computers don't break like they used to? We can't we? I got facts. Our RMA policy on all our products is no more than 1.5%. How much is the hard drive? $50. Yeah. So who cares? Put one in there for them, included. As is, change, or void, if you're into it. Okay? Security management. Let me show you this, guys. What this slide is. Gateway, spam, content filtering, email, address on the fly, intruder prevention, spyware, YouTube, whatever. You guys sell this as a firewall. What happened to no geek speak all of a sudden? Huh? This is not a firewall. This is not how you sell it. Yeah, it's a firewall. Big piece of it is. But it's sold as, oh, you know what, after doing the discovery, our solution is going to go ahead and include no more free roam in the internet for your clients or for your employees. So what that means is they're not going to be on monster.com and doing it anymore while you're paying them. That's how you sell that kind of stuff. Okay? Articulate it out. Because who cares about firewalls? All right? See where I'm going? This is one offering. Vendor management. Who's doing it? Oh, you're all doing it. The ones raising their hands are getting paid to do it. Here goes this phone call. Hey, Alex, copy machine's down. You're kidding me. Yeah, copier guy's here. He says it's your fault. Right? Yeah, we can't print. And I got payroll. They said, can you drop what you're doing and send somebody out here? Because he's smarter than you. Right? Or how about this? Hey, guys here, put the T1 in. Where are you guys at? Really? Own the relationship with the vendors. Be the general contractor. Doesn't mean you need to know anything about it. But you're the ones making those appointments. They send a ticket to you to get the copier because you call the copier guy after you've done your research and make sure it's in you. See what I'm getting at? And that's a big money saver for them too, because it's usually Susie that's doing that. Professional services, guys. This is the key to make or break you in managed services right here. You do a lot of stuff you take for granted and don't realize how special it is. Your consulting, your re-engineering that you do. Maybe you're doing quarterly business reviews and you're talking about technology roadmaps. Articulate all that out and integrate it into your offering. Okay? Do their telco audits for them. Show them how you're going to save them money because of whatever product came out on the telco side or the T1 side or whatever. Proof of concept lab testing. All this stuff you probably already do. Okay? Let them know about it because you know what? Your competition is not doing this. Loaner equipment. That's a big one. Have some laptops and some projectors hanging around. Who cares? When the CEO's grandma turns 80, they got to do that little special video for them. You know, you can give them a laptop and projector to do it. That's what we do a lot. You know, or a salesman sits on his laptop, whatever. Part of the service is you can use your stuff for free. That's what makes you different and unique, and why you're going to be 40 to 80% more than your competitors and still get the deal. Make sense? Look at this. We're still going. How many people have website stuff? Raise your hands real quick. That's integrated into your managed services. It needs to be. It's not hard to make. And websites are crappy out there. You look at their websites. If they treated their phone book ads like they do their websites, they'd have been made out of crayons and misspellings and things not aligned. And would you guys agree?
Are you considering it? Are you including the development of the website as well?
Just depends. Who cares? Even if you did a little template to get them going. Everything is a math problem. Now, what I'm getting at here, guys, and as far as generating revenue for them, if you can put a website caller ID in there for them so their sales manager can see leads coming in, right, who it is and so forth, you're not just taking care of their computers now, you're generating revenue for them. But everything is a math problem. And it does not matter. It does not matter one bit how great your products are if in your discovery you cannot relate it to something they need. Does that make sense? Yes or no?
Yes.
We get so caught up on our products being so great and so fantastic, okay, that we just talk about ourselves and puke on the client about how great we are. But we didn't show them how to use it. We can talk about all the specs of a 4x4, how it can go up hills, and how it can do all this neat stuff, and go through mud, and so forth and so on. But if they're not planning to ever leave the road, they're not going to buy it, because we didn't do the right discovery. And you base your entire presentation on discovery. A simple little question, what I'm trying to get at, a simple question on discovery is, hey, are you guys an 8 to 5 company, or do you have shifts that work out through the night? Oh, you do. Fantastic. Cool, so what happens when your computers go down at midnight? Got it, okay. Or their answer may be, nope, you know what, we close down at 5. Don't even look at computers. So if they give you an answer like that, why do you want 24/7 support on your slide? What are they going to say when they see it? Take a guess. Anybody?
We close at 5.
Yeah, lower the price, take it off, we don't need it, right? You can still give it to them, you just don't tell them, you just ask support when you need it. You see what I'm getting at? Oh, and now you're BDR. Guys, the BDR is included, it's not an option. Managed services, who's responsible for the data?
Yeah.
Say it loud.
We are!
Good man. You are, aren't you? How many have had that talk with the client when their data was gone? You like it? Now, it does not matter if you use CharTec's BDR or some other inferior product out there. Okay? The fact is you standardize on what you like, or what you've accepted, and you use it on every single deal. Cool? And ours is pretty quick. Cloud virtualization, offsite archival backup, done in 15 minutes. Now, people want all that good stuff. Talk to Jonathan when you're at our CL RVD. It's just amazing. So, you do not want to follow. Don't be like all our competitors at CharTec trying to follow what we do. Be the leader, okay? And be the leader in your city. When you start seeing other websites copy your words and copy your products, that's when you know you're doing it right. And it starts with figuring out how to be unique in your offering. Now, guys, hey, did I talk about Oz? That whole managed service offering, did we talk about hardware? Because it really isn't about hardware. Would you guys agree now? We didn't even mention it, but yet that's a pretty wicked offering for someone in managed services. Here's the cool thing. Let's just say you're presenting this product to a CEO, CFO, a COO, office manager, and a sales manager. You know what's so neat? If you've done your discovery right, every single one of those officers will have a different perceived value for a different portion of your agreement. So the CEO may say, wow, that whole backup disaster recovery thing, amazing. I'm not going to be down. I can get virtualized within 30 minutes. That's worth $1,500 a month to me right there, and all my data's safe and off-site and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Where the sales guy's going to say, yeah, but you know what I like about the product is I got sales leads going right to my salesman's phone with this website caller ID, and we're finally going to get a good website. And the office manager saying, I don't ever have to talk to Verizon or that stinky copier guy anymore. And I've empowered all my employees to go to you guys instead of this. See what I'm getting at? And you never sell it a la carte. It's one price. One price. And then, you guys know if you take $2,000, would you guys agree $2,000 is the average price of a managed service deal? For like, say, 15, 20 of an hour? Yes. $2,000 a month. You take that, you divide about 160 work hours in a month. There's usually 162 hours. But let's take vacations and all that. Let's say 160 hours. You come up with like $12 an hour. So, Mr. Klein, everything I spoke about right now, we're going to go ahead and offer for a little more than minimum wage. Oh, and you know what? This is where the hardware piece comes in. Your numbers are pretty bad shape. Your server, do you know it's beige? And you have some old workstations in there. Normally, we wouldn't take a network on like this because it's in that bad of shape. But for that same $12 an hour, we're going to go ahead and give you the necessary equipment to put your network to where it needs to be. That's how you sell hot skills. Make sense? Okay. So, let's chart it. You guys have any questions on that?
Well, right here. So you just roll in the hardware in with that?
Yes, one price. Because then they don't know the perceived value part of it. They don't know what's hardware. They don't know what's vendor management. They don't know what's disaster recovery. They don't know what's spam. They don't know what whatever is whatever. They just know it's $12 an hour and they're getting everything. Do you realize if you relate it to an employee, do you know how many $12 an hour employees they hire and fire throughout the year?
Hundreds.
Look at that objection, gone. How many people lose deals because of price? You guys are lying.